everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Chrissy Gibson, and I'm the Communications and Marketing Manager for the City of Boca Raton. And I'm going to be your host today for Boca Behind the Scenes, which is our city podcast. So welcome. If you have not listened to our podcast before, this is our 18th podcast. And you can find us anywhere you listen to your podcast. You can find us on iHeartRadio or on Spotify or iTunes or Google or Alexa. So anywhere you find your podcasts, you can find Boca Behind the Scenes. So we are here to talk to city staff about the exciting things we have going on in Boca. And I'm thrilled to have two guests back. They're kind of veterans of the show because you guys have been here before. But we have Leanne Welch, who is the manager of Gumbo Limbo Nature Center. And we have Lindsey Nieratka, who is the city's new sustainability manager. And they are here today to talk about a really cool and exciting new program that they have launched as a collaboration called the Coastal Connection. So before we get started in talking about the program, I'm going to have you all talk a little bit about your roles here at the city and what you do. So Lindsey, you're newest, so let's start with you.
Sure. So I am the sustainability manager. I've been here about 9 months now, and my role with the city is to help promote environmental initiatives and support becoming more sustainable as a city, our residents and our businesses, and how we can move the city forward on a sustainable path.
Hi, I'm Leanne Welch. I work for the City of Boca Raton Recreation Services. I'm the manager of Gumbo Limbo Nature Center. Our mission at Gumbo Limbo Nature Center is to inspire stewardship of coastal and marine ecosystems, and the Coastal Connection program seemed like a perfect fit.
Great. Well, I am so happy to have you both here today. So let's just jump right in and talk about Coastal Connection. I love the name. Lindsey, how did this come about? What were your thoughts on a Coastal Connection program, and how did the idea get sparked?
Well, the idea behind Coastal Connection is recognizing the fact that Boca Raton is a coastal community, that because we are located on the coast, we have such a close relationship with the ocean and with our waterways, and that brings us a lot of benefits, but also creates some challenges that we have to think about that maybe places more inland do not, and recognizing our very unique location. And we decided to start the Coastal Connection program with a restaurant program because we have noticed more of a social awareness of things like single-use plastics. And the first time Leanne and I were on the podcast, we were here talking about Plastic Free July, which was one of the first initiatives that we worked on, or the first initiative that we worked on together to promote ways to reduce single-use plastic in people's everyday lives. And we noticed, we were talking during that time about places that we knew of, restaurants that we knew of that were no longer offering straws or which had more sustainable takeaway containers. And we were thinking it would be awesome to create a program that could recognize them for that.
That's great. So the collaboration with Gumbo Limbo obviously is very natural. And I know personally, I have seen, and many people have seen, pictures and images of turtles with straws stuck on them or soda can plastic containers tangled on their feet. So what does this mean to you and what you're doing for Gumbo Limbo Nature Center? How will this program affect what you're trying to do?
Well, we're really excited about it, and yeah, we've all seen the photos of the way wildlife unfortunately interacts with single-use plastics. In our sea turtle rehabilitation facility, we see it firsthand. A lot of our smaller turtles, we call them washbacks, so they hatch on our beaches. They swim out into the ocean. They start eating tiny, tiny pieces of plastic the very first thing, and they do wash back on the beach because it makes them sick. So about 90 to 100% of those washback sea turtles we find they have ingested plastic, and that's teeny tiny pieces of plastic. As you know, plastic never goes away. It just breaks down into smaller and smaller pieces. So with that, we facilitate beach cleanups on all Boca's beaches. We do over 60 a year. That's more than one every week. There's that much trash that needs to be picked up on our beaches, but it's really tiny trash. So what we've had to do is we're educating our cleanup crews, because it's a lot of kid groups, it's a lot of scouting groups, it's a lot of classes. They are out there and they want to pick up giant pieces of trash, and so it's us educating them and saying, no, it's actually the teeny tiny pieces of plastic, some as big as your fingernail, that those are the ones that present the biggest danger to our animals. So Lindsey and I have talked, and we're hoping by eliminating those larger pieces from ever getting into the waste stream with this Coastal Connection program, we can down the line prevent them from breaking up.
That's great. And I mean, amazing too, because we literally can see it right in our backyard. I mean, this isn't like we're talking about an ocean that you might visit on a weekend or on a vacation. I mean, this is 5 miles of coastline right here in our own city. So it sounds like a terrific initiative. So Lindsey, can you tell us a little bit about how the program will work? I mean, how many restaurants approximately are there in Boca that you think might want to get involved, and how are you going to try to get them involved?
Well, the city has several hundred restaurants within the city limits, and we're hoping to capture as many of those as we possibly can. And the program has 3 different levels. They can earn between 1 to 3 starfish, sustainability stars that we're talking about, starting initially with, as we talked about, the single-use plastic reduction. So that first star would be taking those moves to eliminate the polystyrene foam, the plastic bags, the plastic straws, and look for alternative materials or opportunities to reduce the need for them. And then the additional stars start bringing in other environmental actions that may not initially have that connection to the coast, but which do have an impact, like water and energy conservation, night-friendly lighting because of the impact of artificial light on wildlife, looking at sustainable menus and how actually the things that are being served in the restaurants contribute to sustainability. Restaurants can start looking at what they're already doing to help start achieving one of these stars, and actions that they might begin to incorporate a little bit more to become a 2 starfish or 3 starfish restaurant.
Okay, so obviously the more stars you have, the more sustainable you are.
Yes.
Okay. And so if I'm a resident and I'm going out for dinner, where do I find these stars? Where do I look to see if a restaurant is in your program?
We're going to be offering restaurants who meet the qualifications decals that they can put on their windows, on their doors. We'll be providing toolkits that they can use in their marketing, that they can print on their menus, that they can create table tents with information saying that they're participating in this program and the actions that they're taking in order to meet the requirements and to be a restaurant that is connected to our coastal environment.
That's awesome. So as a resident, if I go to a restaurant, if I go to my favorite restaurant and I want to tell them about the program, how do they get involved, or how do they enroll? Is there a process?
Yes, there's information on our website
Okay.
about the steps that need to be taken to meet each of the requirements, as well as the email address for the sustainability office, so just sustainability@myboca.us, and my phone number that a restaurant can call for more information.
So as a partner in this Gumbo Limbo, how are you all going to help promote the program? Because I know you have something exciting coming up soon.
We do. Our 12th annual Sea Turtle Day Festival is coming up March 2nd. And that first one was in 2006, and we do this we've done it every year. We're very excited. It celebrates the launch of sea turtle nesting season. So Lindsey and the Office of Sustainability, they're going to have a tent there and a information table, not just about the Coastal Connection program, but also about the whole office and everything our festival goers can do to become more sustainable. But we're also, if we do have any restaurants that are ready to sign up, we'll be ready to award them on March 2nd. In addition, Gumbo Limbo's gone one step further, and we've requested that all of our food trucks and our food and beverage partners for the day at Sea Turtle Day Festival do not bring any styrofoam, do not offer straws. And so we're working with them to find them some sustainable alternatives for that day, and hopefully maybe they'll keep it up.
That's great. That is a lot of great public information and a great way to get people involved. How many people attend Turtle Day? It's gotten to be huge over the years. I know.
It's gotten to be huge. So we generally expect around 4,000 people.
Oh my gosh. Any tips on where you should encourage people to park for that, or how they should get there?
There's no parking on site. All of the parking will be at Spanish River Park, which is just about a mile north of Gumbo Limbo. And we do have free shuttles going back and forth all day. My advice is to get there early, bring your patience, and definitely bring a reusable water bottle, because we're going to have the city's Mars unit, the mobile aqua refreshment station there, providing ice cold Boca Raton water for everyone. So we're not going to have any bottled water for sale. So bring your own bottle and fill it with some ice cold delicious water.
Practicing what you preach.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, good. Well, thank you both for being here today. We want to encourage any restaurateurs that are out there to please go to the city's website at myboca.us and check out the sustainability page. If you're interested, we'd love to have you enroll in the program. If you would like to come and check out Turtle Day, we would also love to have you there. It's a terrific event. It's been going on for years. It's going to be on March 2nd. And we want to thank you again for listening to Boca Behind the Scenes. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to reach out to us at communications@myboca.us. And thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.